Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today I will be talking about my day 4 in my Japan trip that I've done last May. For those who have watched my video, on day 1 to 4 I was in Hokkaido, Sapporo, and today day 5 is going to be our last day in Sapporo before we head to Hakodate, which is another city in Hokkaido. Before we checked out of our hotel, we wanted to explore a bit more of Sapporo, which we didn't really do the previous days. Another thing that is famous in Sapporo is, I think they've got a market. I don't know if it's famous, but they've got a market there called Nijo Market. It's only about a less than 20 minute walk from our hotel in Nakajima Koen. So we decided to go early at around 6 o'clock because I think their markets open a bit early, but you can have a bit of a crowd, especially in bigger cities like the Tsukuji market or the Kuromon market in Osaka. So yeah, we decided to go there. Pretty straightforward walk to Sapporo Nijo Market. So yeah, what did we see there? So as we walked along, we also saw Sapporo Tower, which is a very tiny tower, nothing compared to your Tokyo Tower or anything like your Sky Tower, I think it's called. But yeah, so we saw the Nijo Market, went there. A lot of things were still closed, to be honest. There were some restaurants that were open, but a lot of the seafood stalls were not open yet on that day. We ended up having melon instead of seafood, and they had the green melon instead of the orange one that you usually are familiar with. I think it's because the season wasn't there yet, but they had the green ones. We ended up getting it. Super sweet, very satisfying. I'll show a picture of it. And then yeah, we kept walking along this kind of, I'm not sure if it's a river or it's just this canal again, along the way to the Sapporo Tower, where we took quite a few pictures there. And yeah, it was only about 7 o'clock, so not a lot of people around, like I've mentioned. And then right in front of the Sapporo station, Sapporo Tower, sorry, you've got this Odori Park fountain. So there's a little park ahead where we again took a lot of pictures of food and whatnot. The other thing that we absolutely have to do was have breakfast. So we saw this kind of place where they were open early for breakfast. So we took the occasion and went there and had again toast. I had egg sandwich with ham in it. I think it comes with like a potato salad and some sort of yogurt. My mom had the toast with again azuki, or your red bean and butter. My dad had a hot dog. It had quite a bit of mustard. The mustard was sweeter than we thought, so it wasn't as good as we thought it would be. So yeah, once we've had a bit of food, we ended up going to the Sapporo clock. I think it's what it's called in English, or the clock tower, which is actually quite famous in Japan, or in Sapporo if you go there. And they've got like literally a spot for you to put your phone, and it's like the perfect angle, and you can just put it on a timer and then just take a picture without having to ask people to take pictures for you. So there was a bit of a line there, but we managed to take 2 pictures together. And yeah, that was pretty much it for this bit. The other thing is, yeah, we just pretty much walked back to our hotel in Nakajima Koen, got ourselves ready to check out of the hotel. And then the thing is that we then took the train again to Sapporo Station. And there we went and got ourselves some reserved seats for Hakodate. So Hakodate is basically, I think that's the most southern city of Sapporo, or Hokkaido, sorry. I don't think I got the ticket here. So yeah, we took the 12:09 train from Sapporo to Hakodate, and we basically got these reserved seats. It's not focusing. Reserved seats tickets. So basically, you have some train cars that are non-reserved, so you can sit anywhere that you'd like, but you've also got some reserved seat one. And the reason we bought some reserved seat one is because we wanted the spots to put our suitcases to be available. That's why we used the reserved seats. If you don't have the reserved seats and you are sitting in the cars with the non-reserved seats, then you might not be able to find a spot to put your suitcases in. We took Shinkansen to get there, and this one was the Hokuto. So there are different kind of Shinkansen, and this one was the Hokuto Shinkansen, which I've taken a picture of. It's purple, which I like. It took how many hours did it take? What does it say here? It took about 4 hours to get there, even with a bullet train. So yeah, I'll put a map. It's literally it's not actually the most southern part of Hokkaido, because there are some other cities down there, but it is the biggest city, I think, in the southern area in Hokkaido. So yeah, took the bullet train, aboard an Ekiben. So this was my first ever Ekiben, or also Ekiben is like your bento, but that you can eat in the train. So the only time you can actually eat in the train is if you take the bullet trains. So if you do take the normal trains, like your subways and things, don't eat, or else you'll be side-eyed by everybody. But if you do take the Shinkansen, it's very normal to be able to drink and eat on that bullet train. And then they've got this famous, or not famous, but they are, if you go to all the big stations and if you do take the bullet trains, they've got all these stalls with just selling bentos. And so for this Ekiben in Hokkaido, they have this specialty, which is the Genghis Khan specialty, which is lamb or mutton. I don't know how to say it in English, but yeah, lamb kind of food. So I had that one, and it was one of those heated one as well. So if you pull a string, you'll have like this heat pack that will heat the food up for you. So yeah, pretty cool. I'll show you pictures of what it looks like. It looks a bit simple, but it tastes pretty good as well. Looking at it made me really hungry. Anyways, 4 hours later, we went and arrived to Hakodate. And then we had to it was a bit of a trip, because we had to take basically the tram to get to our hotel. And the roads were a bit rocky, to be honest with you. They were not very straightforward. So if we had the big suitcases, it was a bit hard to get on the train and down the tram, sorry. But yeah, it took about 15 minutes to get to our hotel, which is Hotel My Stays Hakodate Goryokaku. So the reason we stayed there initially, or the reason I've booked it there, is that because Goryokaku is basically a park, a tower. There's the Goryokaku Tower, which sees this park, which looks like a star. It's a star-shaped park. I think it used to be a castle of some sort. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'll put it there if I am wrong. But yeah, during the spring and during the cherry blossom seasons, basically the whole park is filled up with cherry blossom and it looks pink. So initially that's what we wanted to see, and that was our main goal for the cherry blossoms. But like I said, we were about 10 days late for it, and so pretty much all the trees were not in full bloom anymore. And yeah, you'll see that on my day 5 of this trip, what this will be like, or day 6, sorry, of my trip. But yeah, we just checked into the hotel. By the time we got there, it was probably 4 o'clock or something like that anyway, so it was on the late side. But from our hotel room, you can actually see the tower, and you can see a bit of the park. So I've taken pictures of that. You've got like some sort of fencing or railing, so you couldn't see fully without it being blocked. But yeah, we were really close to the tram station, and they're really cute trams. But yeah, we had a walk around. There was a few places that wouldn't accept us for dinner because it was either fully booked or things like that. Again, I think this was because it was the Golden Week, so it was really hard to find places. But we ended up going right across our hotel, and we had, again, just some sort of rice bowls, basically. My dad had like the kimchi pork rice bowl. I had one with like ginger pork rice bowl, and then I think my mom had like a beef bowl or something like that. And then yeah, went back to the hotel really early. Really didn't really do much. We had like leftover sake from back on our day 2 in Japan, that we carried all the way to Hakodate. We had like sake and some like little snacks such as peanuts and potato chips as a late night snack. And yeah, that was about it for that day. We didn't really do any exploring much. Otherwise, just around the city. Again, very convenient, this hotel my stays. You've got literally I think, was it a Family Mart? I think it might have been a Family Mart, literally just downstairs, which is connected to the hotel as well, so you don't have to go outside to go to the convenience store. The room were a bit smaller than the one in Sapporo, but you know, it's hotel rooms, what can you expect? And then we were, I think, on the like top floors as well. And then for this one, we actually ended up including breakfast as well. I just thought it would be nice to include breakfast because there's not much around the area anyways to explore, so it would be nice to have breakfast for those days. And it's like a buffet style breakfast with all sorts of Japanese as well as Western breakfast. So yeah, that's our hotel for those maybe next 2 or 3 days left in Hokkaido in general. So yeah, that was my day 5 in Hokkaido in Japan. Hope you liked this video. Make sure you check out my day 1 to 4 in Japan, and also my Japanese haul as well in 3 parts. And we'll see you guys next time for another video. Bye guys.